Here she comes in the flannel and the slippers. Walking away. Now she's coming back around. Ba-boom. Now she's grabbing a monitor.
Life is so hard for me.
And walking away. Talking to Eric.
Yeah. Are you saying you're going?
She is going to go. She waved away. Ba 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 ba.
Thank you for downloading our recent episode. For more episodes like this, go to movieguyspodcast.podbean.com for more episodes. Enjoy the show.
I'm excited. We're back into horror. We're talking The Monkey, a Stephen King short story. I don't know if you got a chance to read the short story, Eric. I'm sure we'll talk about it. I'm really, really hyped. Eric, how the hell are you doing?
Oh, buddy, I had no time to read it. I was obviously busy all day, as I talked to you before, just eating chocolate and playing some disc golf. I had a busy day, It was a lot. I couldn't be bothered by reading a short story of The Monkey or whatever it's called.
Was that before or after you got out of bed at 1 o'clock in the afternoon?
Buddy, I had to sleep and then wake up. It's been a day, And of course, I'm making a living off of this podcast. We're just making so much money off of this. So, yeah.
After 10 years, we're rolling in the dough.
What a life,
Yeah. Yeah, what a life. Oh, my God. Okay. Welcome to the show. No, do you know this? Were you excited about, when you saw the trailers? Do you know this story?
I was more excited just because we had just got done off of Osgood Perkins' other movie, Longlegs.
One more golden headphones.
And I was excited for that because, okay, let's see what we got here. Let's see what he's going to do. Obviously, we're a fan of him originally from Legally Blonde. I know you love that movie. We all love that movie. Come on. So having him direct this movie was something that I was going to be excited for. I also enjoyed, I actually didn't finish Hansel and Gretel because he did that one in 2020.
Oh, okay. He was not the director that broke up K-Stew.
No. No. That was Snow White and the Huntsman. Was the movie that she had the affair with?
I got him cross-eyed. I apologize. No, yes, I was excited about Osgood Perkins because of you, right? You were you were introducing me to Longlegs. You said we got to review this big guy. We did, and then I realized I did not know this, that just because his last name is Perkins, sometimes they are related. This is the son of Anthony Perkins, Psycho.
Yeah, and he has a dark past, this guy, right?
His mom, did you hear about his mom? Did you read about that?
Both parents.
Dad died of AIDS, very famously. Mom died on 9/11 in the plane.
Crazy that both parents died pretty tragic deaths.
Right.
So I think that comes often, especially in this film. His attitude and his overall view of death really plays a bit more into this movie. And I feel like somebody who has that tragedy, he finds the outlet, and you could see a lot of humor and a lot of meta commentary on what it is for this movie. And I don't think there's really a lot of media or other ways to tell that kind of darkness, right?
Yeah, I'm laughing not because of his tragedy, because he has turned something with Longlegs and with this. I think he's found his calling, because when I clicked on him yesterday, I thought he was, our age, maybe early 40s, mid 40s. The dude is 51 years old.
He's been around, right?
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, okay, I don't know this, and of course I don't know him from Legally Blonde, right? So I didn't know he was the director of Longlegs until after. I think that was in the review when you told me about it. So
crazy. Yeah, he's got another movie coming up too. We'll see if that's going to hit our radar, but I'm excited to talk about this one just because
Right.
it had some names attached to it. You had obviously a Stephen King source material. So already you're thinking, okay, that's going to be good. But a lot of times when you are this deep into the well of Stephen King, a lot of the good stuff has already been tapped.
Right, but then this is the part where they're supposed to remake, right? Like this came out way too late. Like it hit. What was that? What did it? 2018, 2019 when the remake of it came out? That was 18, I believe, right?
I thought it was It Part 1, right?
It Part 1, yeah. Wasn't that 18?
2017, and then 2 was 19.
Okay, so 2017. This movie should have been out 2019. You know what I mean? Because there was a moment there, because the follow-up to it was Pet Sematary, which that was a stinker. Remember that one?
Yeah, well, try to forget
Not
it.
Bloodlines.
I agree. Yeah, no, I get you. I agree with you because first off, that would have been before the COVID, so before the downfall of the movie theaters, which I was just reading about is still struggling to recover right now. Not a lot of people are going to the theaters. They had a little spike up, but it's dipping and it seems to just be on a roller coaster right now. There's not much. People are going for a movie, but at the same part, a lot of people are thinking, all right, well, I'll just wait a month and it'll go on streaming now.
Well, then I guess the people came out for this because this movie had a budget of $10 million and it grossed $61.9 million. I mean, it made its money.
Oh, yeah. And that's where I think that hype comes in, where this new age of cinema, get out there for the first month, get your wave over with quick and get the hype and get the people coming in and watching the movie. But then after that, try to get it onto sell it for streaming because it came out in February, late February, and it's already available for stream.
Where's it on streaming at? Even
everywhere.
It's everywhere. Okay.
I don't know. It's paid for stream.
No, yeah. I get you. I didn't know if it was okay. So it's on like Apple. It's on Amazon. You have to pay $20 to get it. I gotcha. Yeah, you're right because it came out February 21st. So only a month ago.
Looks like Apple TV, Fandango. Oh wait, no, that's a movie thing like that. But yeah.
Everywhere. Okay. Well, do you know anything about the short story before we get into this one at all? Any idea?
No, I am completely unfamiliar with the short story.
All right. So there's a lot of stuff I'm going to skip, right? Because I don't want to sit here and bore everybody and you and myself, right? But the short stories are part of the collection of books, like an anthology that Stephen King did called Skeleton Crew, right? And the gist of the monkey was, number one, it's the cymbal clapping monkey, right? Not a drum monkey, right? And there's this boy named Petey who stumbles upon in his dad's closet this cymbal crashing monkey, and the dad's Hal, and then Hal, as soon as he sees the monkey, shows these backstories of every time the monkey would clap its cymbals, somebody that he knew or may not have known dies.
Right.
Just, car crashes, stuff like that. Like nothing as obscure as a hibachi grill decapitation, but, stuff like that. And then he wants to get rid of the monkey because he's an adult. And kind of like it in a way, right? Where now they're adults. They forgot what happened. They were kids. He forgets. And he takes the monkey out to the middle of a lake with his son, Petey. He, puts chains around it, you know what I mean? Dumps it into the lake, and as they're rowing away, you hear the cymbal crashing, right?
Yeah.
And then the next day, the news reports that every fish in the lake has died.
Crazy.
So that's again, there's a lot that I am missing. That's the gist.
Sure. So
that's not this movie.
To turn that into a 90-minute movie.
Which, hey, Osgood did it because they had the script for this. This was supposed to come out back in The Mist. Remember when they did The Mist with what's his face? He did Shawshank Redemption. The director of that. Frank Darabont.
Okay. Oh, I thought you were
Frank
talking about
Darab-
the actor. Was that Thomas Jane?
Yeah, that was one with Thomas Jane that had the great ending of The Mist. Remember that?
Oh boy, can't forget it, right?
Nobody can forget it. And for you that don't, he kills everybody at the last second. But then as soon as he kills his entire family and friends, the military shows up. They're saved. If he just
Ooh.
waited 5 seconds. They were supposed to do this movie after The Mist. It was going to be by Frank Darabont, and stuff fell through. It couldn't happen. And then the production company, Bear, whatever this production company is, it was called Bear something.
What
I'm sorry, no.
for this movie?
It was, but it's not. It's
There's a let's see,
there's a
1,
bunch.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6
Atomic
production
Monster.
companies. Yeah, Atomic Monster is the big one.
Yeah,
They
so
seem to
Atomic
be
Monster.
having a pretty good run recently.
Right, they have, and we've reviewed some of their movies. Golden Headphones for them.
Actually,
They got
yes.
the script, and then they made a serious script, right? Like, I mean, they made it serious, and gave it to Osgood Perkins, and he said, "This is about a toy monkey, guys. This is way too serious." So he rewrote it.
Yeah. It's
And I'm
not a
glad-
toy.
I'm glad he did. You and I talked off air. Do you know why this is a drumming monkey and not a cymbal monkey?
Yeah, because Disney has the rights to the cymbal monkey from Toy Story 3, right?
It gets deeper. Do you know why they have the rights though? Because of Toy Story 3?
I read that it was because one of the writers or somebody
director.
on the director on Toy Story 3 was a fan of Stephen King.
He's a fan of Stephen King and he loves the monkey, so he put that in there as a. So he kind of screwed himself as a fan because Disney's going to trademark that. They'll trademark anything.
Yeah, of course. Disney is a
Not
mafia.
100%.
They're organized crime there. I will say that I think I prefer the drum over the cymbals.
I'm glad you said that. Yeah, it's creepier.
Yeah, I think there's something about, because there was the added effect of the monkey having or twirling the drumstick
Right.
that adds a bit more to it, right?
Yeah.
I guess they could have done something with the cymbals as well too,
Mhm.
but it just seems it seems like a less annoying sound and more haunting
Sure. Yeah.
rather than just being like this loud clanging.
This movie is
Crashing,
perfect for the
rather.
theaters. Like, I really hope you don't bash me on this, because if you do, I totally deserve it, right?
Okay.
But this movie kind of reminded me of My Bloody Valentine in 2009 in 3D, if you remember that movie.
Yeah, I do. I saw that in theaters.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters too, because this was like in 2009, this was the hype of 3D, right? Everything was 3D, right? And you take this obscure movie that guys like me and you saw, right? And you're like the original Canadian My Bloody Valentine that nobody else saw, but we see it, right?
Right.
And then this is coming out, and the movie's terrible, right? It's just god awful terrible. But my God, was that a fun audience to be in? You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Oh, I get it.
Because everybody got the joke right off the bat. Like everybody in that theater experience that I had for My Bloody Valentine were like, okay, this is going to be a gore fest. This is not to be taken seriously. There is no plot. We're here for the kills. So I'm not saying that The Monkey is My Bloody Valentine status, because I feel like The Monkey's a better movie than My Bloody Valentine. But man, this is a good movie to see with audiences, right? That are in on the joke, that will have fun.
Oh, yeah. And just to what you said, absolutely correct here. There are people who maybe have seen too many horror movies and they know going into this that this is supposed to be fun. Like, there are moments where obviously it's a tension-breaking moment where we all know what it is. We all know going into it, per the trailer, what's going on here. And just buckle up and have a good time. It starts off with the silly cameo from Adam Scott.
Yeah.
Which is great to see that, because I wasn't expecting that. Again, I went into this movie and I saw it in theaters with a few trailers in mind, not trying to spoil myself as I usually do. And that was a surprise to me. So that was great. But to go into how much of the comedy that was into it, I would say it was more of like a drag me to hell.
Oh, okay. A more of a drag. Yeah. Oh,
Or
yeah.
like
Yeah.
there are moments where it's trying to scare you, for sure. I get that because the monkey is not a cute monkey,
No.
you know. But for the most part, there are a lot of other moments that are just funny.
Oh, funny. I mean, majority of it. I knew what we were getting when we get Adam Scott, and I'm like, oh, Adam Scott, right? Uh, and then all of a sudden, he's clearly a pilot, right? He has that outfit, right, with the yellow lines on his
Yeah,
wrist, on his outfit. And he's like, you need to take this monkey back. He's in the story, and the guy's like, why would I take this monkey? And then all the final destination pieces are there, right? Like we see a rat chewing something, we see a harpoon, right? Like something's gonna kill somebody. We've been down this road before. And the monkey raises his arm, does the twirl, does the drum beat. Harpoon goes through the shopkeeper, right? I'm not laughing yet, right? I'm just like, okay. And then when the harpoon retracts, so does the intestines, right?
yeah.
Which is funny, but I'm not laughing yet,
No,
right?
no.
But then I
You're
knew,
setting that you're shifting gears.
but then I knew we were in My Bloody Valentine, or in your case,
Drag
Drag
Me
Me
to
to
Hell.
Hell. When the next shot after the intestine pullout was Adam Scott with a flamethrower, just giving me a Bruce Campbell performance,
Yeah.
torturing, like blow torching this monkey, screaming hysterically. And I clapped my hands, right, in real time and went, okay, I know what I'm getting. This is going to be great. I popped open a beer and had a great time. I knew what I was getting with that blowtorch, with that flamethrower. I mean, it was great.
I liked what was going on. And then through that, we get into the narration of the twins, right? The introduction of his kids, of Hal and who was the other one?
So it's not Petey. Let's see here. No, Petey's the dad, and then Petey's the other son. Bill and Hal.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Bill and Hal. And they're twins. And already the explanation is silly, right? That Bill ate the majority of the placenta, so he's the bigger and tougher brother, whereas Hal is the nerd.
Played by the same kid.
Oh, really?
That's
That was an actual twins there. They actually did a
yeah,
swap there. Very nice.
yeah,
Good
yeah.
for him.
That's played by the same kid and as the adult too. Same dude.
Yeah, Theo James does the adult of both of them. So
Yeah, that did not look like the same kid, and that kid is a good actor in my opinion, right? Well, for now, we'll see what happens in the future, right? But like I didn't know that until I looked it up after the movie. I was like, wow, his older brother's a douche, right?
oh yeah, geez. And obviously you get to see a lot of the bullying moments. So the dad's not in the picture. Adam Scott,
Right.
who we can kind of piece together that is the dad that had left for one reason or another. If he's still alive, we don't know. But
Right.
these kids are doing their thing, trying to make do with their mom. Tatiana. Oh, why am I so bad with names?
We both are. Do we know her?
She was in She-Hulk. She was also in Orphan Black, if you're a fan of that show.
She was She-Hulk.
She was She-Hulk, yeah.
All right. Well, we didn't
She's
review
been
She-Hulk.
she's been in a lot of other stuff as well too, but I think in the realm of pop culture, maybe that those would be the bigger ones. I enjoyed Orphan Black. I think she did fantastic. She did like a clones kind of a thing, so she was one actress that has to play like five other
Oh, well,
characters.
that's tough to do. So okay. All right.
Yeah, kind of like United States of Terra kind of a thing. But anyway, I think that she's a great actress. I like her. I think she got a lot of hate for She-Hulk. I'm digressing. She
That's not
plays
her
the
fault.
mom. She plays the mom, and she's doing her best with these two boys, right?
Right. Right. And the one boy, like you said, the older Bill, ate the placenta. He's just a jerk to be a jerk. Big complaint that I have with this movie is don't put a time period on it, because I do not feel it said 1999, and my God, there was nothing 1999 in this movie.
I love, by the way, Jordan, that it said 1999, and off camera here, you were telling me that your biggest gripe about this age was the fashion. And boy, do I love your eye for fashion, right?
Thank you.
I'm going to call you Tim Gunn from now on here. Make it work.
I don't know who that is, but go ahead.
You just have an eye. I think that you are growing a bit more into what you're wearing and what others are wearing as well too. I didn't worry about it so much. I saw that the backpack was over the one shoulder. That's all was good enough for me. No cell phones. And Bill, the older, the mean twin brother, was wearing a polyester flame shirt that I saw all the juggalos wear at school.
Okay, fair enough. But then also, if you're going to say it's 1999 and this movie's as ridiculous as it is, you got to go for it. As soon as you say 1999 in this kind of movie, then the next thing is going to be everybody. Yeah. You know what I mean? You got a Backstreet Boys.
Came out after that, yeah.
1999, it did not.
I thought that was at the Millennium album.
Millennium album came out in 1999, but look it up. And after that, after I prove you wrong, we can move on. Then I want Frosted Tips.
Okay.
I want Limp Bizkit. I want Korn. I want the chain wallet.
You want a lot of fan service for a part of the movie that is not.
This is 30 minutes of the movie.
I get that, but the time period doesn't mean anything here.
Well, what I'm trying to say is that this movie with Adam Scott flamethrowing a monkey going crazy has already proved to me that we're in Campy Town. So let's go for it. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's just go for it. You know,
I think you're focusing too much on the time period.
I'm just sorry. I'm just saying go for it. But yeah, so then
where the Tamagotchis at, you know?
Right. Where's the Pokemon cards?
Where's the Pokemon? There's a Goosebumps poster there.
Hi, my name is, you know.
What?
It's chicken.
That's all I wanted.
That's all I wanted. That's all you want. No, so then Hal and Bill go through their dad's closet yet again, I'm assuming, and then they find like this hat box, and it said, what is it, organ grinder monkey?
Yep.
I'm assuming that's a pun.
Like life.
End of show. That's a pun, right? I mean, like the organ grinder monkey, that's clearly a pun, right?
I would think so.
Right. And then here comes this this monkey's huge, by the way. And it's ugly as hell. Its lips are closed. It has this drum. And then, correct me if I'm wrong, was there a key in the monkey when they found it? There was. Okay. So it was ready to go.
Ready to go. A loaded gun.
And they turn the key. Hand goes up. I'm getting excited. Does the drum. Nothing happens. Right. Nothing.
Yeah. Nothing.
And then Bill's like, hey, you can play with this, Hal. And then I like Bill. He finds naked lady playing cards and says, don't come to my room. But they share the same room.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I love that joke. And then later in the movie, too, the mom says that she'll never go into their room because she found a hard sock. So that was funny. But we get pretty much the first big kill of the movie, right? We get Hal and Bill have a babysitter who's going to take him to Benihana's. It's 1999, right? So Benihana.
Oh, there you go. See,
maybe it's not Benihana. And the mom has
it
a
was
blind
a hibachi.
date.
It was a hibachi.
Yeah, it was a Benihana,
You know,
and
there are other. Okay, go ahead.
Name one in 1999 that was popular.
What a chain restaurant or like
Hibachi grill chain
there's
restaurant.
A bunch. There's not chains.
Benihana.
Okay, sure.
I've never been to a Benihana.
There are a bunch of hibachis. You know what? But add that to the list. Okay.
Oh,
we're gonna go
really?
to a hibachi around here that's not a chain.
Yeah.
There's one called Kyoto's. There's another one down the street called Osaka's. Listen, there's a bunch of them that are not chains. I know we're digressing, but we're talking about the food tour, bud.
The food tour.
The food tour. Come on,
2000
man.
Something. Food tour.
Yeah, this is big here.
Add
it to the list.
Add to the list. So this is where it gets fun, right? So they're there. The chef at the hibachi grill is eyeing the babysitter, and then Bill, the older brother's, eyeing her too, and then
that was funny, by the way.
And then the hibachi cook just like flips some shrimp or flips something and cuts, and then we get that slow cut of the neck, right? And she turns and looks at Elle, and the head falls off. Great, I'm loving it.
Did you? And then we get the funeral scene, which I think is one of the. But that's where I hit in the movie. Like obviously there are a lot of comments and stuff in the movie, but there was still just kind of like setting the tone a bit until that funeral. Then that's when I was like, oh, I see what movie we're getting now. Not just the mom's comments, because obviously Bill is just like, how do they get the head back on the body? She's like, don't think about that too much. Yeah. But no, it was that priest.
That priest was amazing, and he's credited as like rookie priest.
Like he's surprised to be there. That was a great.
I know we don't swear in the show. We try not to, right? But he walks up and he looks at her and he goes, oh shit.
Just the way he says it is like, oh, there's a dead body there. Kind of
thing. Oh God!
And by the way, through that speech, do you know the babysitter's name?
Oh yes, I do. That's from Misery.
Yeah, Annie Wilkes.
Yeah.
Wilkes.
Annie Wilkes. That's clearly a Misery thing, right?
Yeah, there was a few other Easter eggs, by the way, too. I don't know if you caught them.
Please tell me.
So I think after that, in the bullying part, or maybe it was before, when Hal went into the bathroom and the girl bullies were there talking about, oh, now that your dad's dead, you're wearing the pants in the family, or your mom wearing the pants in the family, kind of that whole weird interaction, that thing. No, but they were in the classroom. This is after Hal had already had an encounter with the monkey, right?
Okay.
And he was in the classroom and he looks in his backpack and he sees the monkey and he kind of gets freaked out a little bit as they're watching a puberty video.
Right.
And one of the girl bullies says, "Hey, Mrs. Torrance."
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Jerking it or whatever. Good. But yeah. So another Easter egg there.
I didn't get that one. Anything else?
There was one more, I thought, with a Christine car at the end, but I need to watch that again.
Gotcha. So yeah, I mean, this is the first 30 minutes of the movie, right? The babysitter's head gets chopped off, and I also enjoyed the sizzle of her skin on the hibachi grill. That was great, right?
Yeah.
And then the young priest, right? The rookie priest going, "Oh, geez, this is, hey, well, you live and you die, right? Word of the Lord."
You know what happens? Why everybody dies? That's like, why not you or you
or you or you? Right? And then of course the mom's sitting with the kids, and there's like, "Hey guys, I'm not mom material. You're gonna die. I'm gonna die. Your friends are gonna die. Some will be dying with screaming their lungs out with duct tape over their mouth. Some will die in their sleep. Your pets will die. Let's go dancing."
Yeah, that's a good way to end that one.
Let's go dancing. And then this is where young Hal goes to the locker room, as you said, right? Kind of Carrie-ish, as I was saying. And all these girl, I don't get the girl bullies, but let's go with it. It doesn't matter. And his older brother Bill clearly is egging on these girl bullies. They dump a bunch of bananas on him, right? And Hal comes home just pissed, right? And he goes to the monkey. He's like, "I want you to kill my brother Bill," right? And he turns the monkey key. And all of a sudden, the mom is, well, they say that she died of a brain aneurysm, but she was bleeding. Yeah. Aneurysm. Thank you for correcting me. You are a bigger man than me.
I saw you struggling, but I wanted to help you out. I want to make sure you're happy.
Inside joke to everybody. And she bleeds from every orifice on her face. That's not a brain aneurysm.
It looks like a violent one, but even after that, she falls and hits her head on the side of the countertop or the cutting board or whatever it is. And I didn't know what had happened there at first. And then luckily we get the voiceover in the next scene saying that it was a brain aneurysm. 1 in 4 million or something like that, 40 million, and lucky him.
And was the young priest again going, "Oh, yeah."
Well, okay, so this is actually a part where I feel like the movie tries to shift its tone a little bit, and we get maybe the one and the only dramatic scene in this that was supposed to be, I don't know, maybe the moment. I realize now that we get a moment where Bill breaks, and that's this moment here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it gives this illusion that, oh, maybe Bill and Hal, this will bring them together. Which we are corrected later on by the voiceover, which is Hal narrating the movie, by the way, too, saying that you would think that this would bring us together, but no, it drew them further apart. Where during the mom's funeral, Bill stands up and starts doing this. Mom, wake up! She's just joking. Mom, wake up! And it's obviously a sad thing, but to have that in the middle of this dark comedy almost kind of like throws you in reverse a little bit when you're so set and going forward.
Yeah,
I know that a lot of people kind of expressed maybe that this was some issue, but then again, this movie's not for everybody, and I think that if you're not in it, then you're not gonna get this far anyway. So
I would say that I agree and I disagree, right? Like I get 100% and agree what you're saying, right? Like that is a kind of a messed up thing, right? You have a little boy, right, who's standing up at his mother's funeral saying, "Ah, she's just joking. Come on, Mom, wake up, quit joshing." You know what I mean? Come on, Ma. You know, and then you see it in the actor's face that he's realizing, no, bud, this Mom's dead, bud.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and so I totally get that, but I think that the other part of me that disagrees with it though is that it's just why is it here? Because I'm still giggling from the young priest going, "Oh, here we go, another one." Hey, it's just
welcome
great.
back. Yeah.
Hey, everybody, we were here a week ago. And this is where they get where their aunt and uncle get
Aunt
full
Ida and
Aunt
Uncle
Ida.
Chip. And here's
Get
another cameo. Uncle Chip
Uncle Chip is Osgood.
is the director of the movie, Osgood
Mhm.
Perkins himself.
I love him. He's great. What a perfect stereotypical uncle. You know, he sits there and he's like, "Yeah, we never wanted to have kids because we're swingers." I'm just like, "Oh, all right," you know. And he's trying to consult. This kid doesn't know. So they go back to this farmhouse up in Maine. I was disappointed, by the way, by that because they say they're swingers. So I guess me stereotyping him is like some like fancy New York City apartment, like like we watched last week with The Apprentice. You know what I mean? Like, no, this is a farmhouse in Maine.
Oh no! Every time I think of it, I think of I honestly I go straight to Old School in the opening with Juliette Lewis. Yeah, I'm here for the gangbang.
Nice.
But like that's a normal thing where it's just some sort of house on the quiet street, right?
Right.
Just
So that's why I'm getting all these strange looks when I go to the grocery store and I look at a pineapple and set it down upside down and people start looking at me.
That's right. That's right. You're sending out vibes. You're sending invitations, and
Is that what that means?
sometimes people are interested, Jordan.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll make sure to put it down the right way next time.
Exactly. You gotta maybe wear a different set of hey dudes. Your hey I'm interested dudes.
What color is that? Bright yellow?
Hey how are you dudes?
I should make them scratch
there we
and sniff.
go.
Scratch and sniff. Hey, you want to scratch and sniff my dudes? Get them. My favorite kill of the whole movie, believe it or not, is actually the uncle, because it's just told nonchalantly. Yeah. The monkey was drumming, and the uncle was on a camping trip, and he was just randomly just trampled by 60 horses. Right? Just like that was hilarious. And then when they opened up the sleeping bag, it was just like this stew of just nothing.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, that is great. Like I don't know why I laughed out loud. Like, yeah, he was trampled by like 60 horses. Like, what?
It's such an unnecessary. First, the death is strange enough, and then to show the scene of them unloading the sleeping bag is just like, okay.
There's nothing there. Like, I don't think knees down, nothing there.
Anyway, that part's important because Bill was doubting the monkey. Hal was freaked out about it. Bill says whatever and turns the key anyway. Uncle Chip dies.
Right. So now they decide that they're going to make a pact and they're going to put the monkey back in its monkey grinder hat box thing. They're going to throw it down the well.
Yep.
Right. And they're going to just move on from their lives. Jump to 25
years later.
And Hal is now a deadbeat dad. And Frodo Baggins himself is in this movie for 5 seconds.
Another cameo.
I wish he was in this at the end. Like, Adam Scott was fun, but I kind of wish they would have brought Adam Scott back and Frodo because, like, Adam Scott, the reason why I don't think he's around, the mom says that he's, you know, I don't know, like left for cigarettes or whatever, didn't come back, or he's out whoring around, right? I don't think that's the case because the way that Hal acts now, I think that Adam Scott, the dad, ran away from the family to protect the family, obviously.
Well, the same thing that Hal is doing.
Right. So that's what I think his dad did. So like his dad's probably still alive. And Hal's ex-wife and Elijah Wood just I liked Elijah Wood in this. He was like this, like, what was he, like a therapist?
He's an author that talks about like fatherhood, right? Writes all these fatherhood books, stuff like that. He's an expert in the field.
And Hal and his ex-wife, Hal and his ex-wife have a son together, Petey. Which, who names their kid Petey?
Well, I'd imagine that's for the book, right?
Right. And Hal promises his son that they're going to have one more trip together as father and son, right? But what's really going on is that Hal's going to sign over the rights of his boy to Frodo and the wife.
Yeah, and poor Petey, because I could tell that he obviously just wants to know why his father is okay with all of this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those where you wish that, hey, just tell him.
He's what, 16?
Yeah, just tell him, Hal. Like, there's no dancing around it, and you're freaking out a bit more, and it just seems to be so awkward. It's like, just say it. I know it's going to be crazy to say the actual truth, but eventually he finds out, right? So it's not like it's a big deal. So I guess Hal, again, in his cowardice, was just like, all right, well, instead of telling you what it is, which is, again, telling him is going to be unbelievable anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But this kid finds out a lot in a day or two. One, he finds out that not only is his dad being haunted by this monkey, but he also has a twin brother.
Yeah.
He
was like, he tells the reader, he's like, I just found out right now that I have an uncle.
Great scene, by the way, too.
Yeah. The most ridiculous and kind of sad death is the aunt, right? It's 25 years later. Aunt's by herself, right? She's no longer swinging.
Nope.
Right?
Same house.
Monkey's allegedly back, right? And you get those, again, Final Destination moments. What's going to kill her, right? And she turns on the stove and her hair is completely ablazed, right? And what I loved about it was that I was thinking about it if it would happen to us, right? Like, okay, let me paint the scene. She gets her head and her hair ablazed, and she's just like, and then she turns and she starts running outside. I'm assuming to some body of water, maybe a lake or a pond or something, right? And then she just her face runs into this for sale sign post. Now, I was thinking about this, and I was like, if my head got caught completely engulfed in flames, I wouldn't be acting like her. So again, this is where we know what kind of movie we're in, right? Like, this is slapstick. This is Naked Gun. This is this is Looney Tunes, right?
Yeah, it's silly.
Oh, what a death, right? Engulfed in pain and flames in your head, and then getting your head just split in half by a post.
Yeah, about the fish hooks too.
Oh, the fish hooks weren't a death, right? But yeah, it is true, right? She goes down to the basement, and she hears things, and she falls through some wooden steps, and her face gets smashed her with some fish hooks, right? But that wasn't as bad as her whole head on fire.
You're right.
Oh
You're
my
right.
God.
You're right. And then
Right.
the stove gas was
Right.
on, and then
Do you notice a little detail
of
after the death?
do
you notice a little?
Are you talking about when Hal and Petey go to the house and there's a cone on top of or on the road sign or on the for sale sign?
Inside the house when Hal is up there with the real estate agent on the second floor, and then Petey's walking around, and above him is like a charcoal streak.
Yeah, I saw that
going.
too.
That was a cute little detail. I enjoyed that. But before that happened, after the aunt died, though, there was an estate sale, and then this random kid straight out of Stranger Things buys the monkey.
Yep, exactly.
Right, or steals the monkey.
Yeah, sure. He gets the monkey.
Yeah.
We find out later that he
Ricky
was getting it for Bill, the brother.
Mm-hmm.
Who we're skipping over the hotel part because this is where, and I want to talk about this, where we first get Hal and Bill, their interaction later on, right? Bill calls Hal and tells him that Aunt Ida died, and there's an estate they have to figure it out, and through that interaction, Petey tells his dad that, like, hey, we could do this, or I could get to know you a bit more. I see the house that you grew up in, and really guilts him into going into the house and doing all that. So we get to see the estate sale. We get that part with the realtor, who was, again, I love
stereotypical realtor. Loved her.
No, your brother. Just like, oh, I didn't know he had a brother.
The hotel scene where great kill too, right? Where Hal's talking to Bill and he's like, Bill, I haven't talked to you in years. What are you doing, right? And then we get that another Final Destination moment, right? Where it's like, what's going to happen? And then this beautiful blonde in a bikini.
Yeah.
Like, what happens? Like,
the air conditioner was on the fritz. And then Hal, had done something to where it affected on the top, and then it, the unit fell out or something like that, hit the water and electrifies the whole pool. Lady jumps into the pool
and explodes
up.
That's ridiculous. Like, we all know that if that happens, you would jump in the water and you would just be, fried. But
it seems like, yeah, exactly, and that's a big enough body of water.
It's like a Tarantino movie.
I do appreciate, though, that both brothers were greeted by the monkey. So, and follow me on this. We find out later on that Bill is haunted by the fact about two things. One, he keeps his suit on, right? This is trauma, because he says that, oh, well, if I take it off, someone's just going to die again. And then I'll just have to keep put the suit on again. So if I just keep it on, that way I won't have to constantly change. Very dark comment, but either way.
Yeah, that's a good comment.
So he grows up and he realizes later on that Hal must have wanted to kill him. And in doing so, cranked the monkey, and it killed their mom.
Hmm.
And this time now Bill is trying to look for that monkey, which he pays that punk kid to do. And the Thrasher, I think, whatever his name is, and Ricky, yeah, excuse me, and get it so that Bill could turn the key and try to kill Hal.
Right.
How he knew the monkey was back is because Bill was in the Chinese restaurant, and he get the fortune cookie that says hi. And the back of it said, turn the key to find out, or something like that. At the same part, in the hotel, Hal looked up the AC unit and it said high. Now, obviously, it's the setting high, medium, low, but you could take that
Eric.
The monkey is greeting it twice, both brothers, right?
Great. Never paid attention to it because I wasn't paying that much attention to this kind of movie to go that deep, but I think that's a nice little detail that probably people don't pay attention to. That's a good one, bud.
Thanks. Yeah, that was
a good one.
Fun little treat there.
Now, to skip ahead, but we'll go back, right? But I just want to say this since you brought up, the monkey's back, right? Bill, towards the end of the movie, right? Bill says that if you turn the key you will not die.
Right. That's his theory, that whoever turns the key.
The reason I bring that up is because I kind of believe that.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if you turn the key, you are in power because if you stay alive, then the monkey's going to continue to do what it wants to do, and that's kill.
Sure. And that's why we can assume whatever for Adam Scott. But yeah.
Totally believe that. And I also believe that the monkey just kills at random. What I love is that the monkey cannot be controlled. You know what I mean? Like he is, I'm talking to like it's a person. The monkey toy is like,
it's not a toy.
Not a toy. The monkey's like, yeah, I'm not gonna kill your brother, but I'm gonna kill your mom though.
Yep.
Chooses
what it will
at random, right? So this is where it gets towards mid end, kind of the part where they the realtor's death,
Hal, the realtor death. Oh my god.
Oh my god. She was so annoying. She was flirting with Hal upstairs, right? She was like, "Oh,
you are good looking. Yeah.
You're kind of good looking. Yeah, do something for you to sell this house." And then she opens up the closet door, and they had a second, which was funny too, right? Because they had a second, they see the shotgun, right? Because they both have the reaction, right?
Yeah.
Because the camera's on them, they see the shotgun, they go, "Oh," and then the shotgun still has to fall, and then it shoots, and it blows her away, like it shreds her. Just ridiculous. And then what I love too is the cops are in the scene once and they never come back. I mean, the cops are like, wait a minute. So you're upstairs alone with the real estate agent. Your son's downstairs. You allegedly find a gun. She's blown away, and you're going to tell us that it was a booby trap in the closet?
Oh, they write it off because they say, yeah, a whole lot of deaths have been happening.
Yeah, a whole lot of weird things. Stay in town. Don't go nowhere. And I'm like, oh my God, the cops going to come back?
And we get a little montage of all these unusual deaths, right?
Oh, there's some good ones too. Oh shoot, give me some.
The lawnmower.
That's classic. Yeah, right.
Well, you got the neighbor just watching it.
They're drinking a beer. Yeah, I thought about me for a second. I was like, oh well, there's Chuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Some weird deaths happening around town. Somebody has the monkey. Who has the monkey? Oh, it's Bill. Bill has made a monkey shrine. Get the pun? And he keeps on turning the key because he feels like the monkey needs to kill Hal.
Yeah, and that's where we find out the reason why people are dying throughout the week is because Bill has the monkey and has just been putting it to work. And then Hal, how do they find out where Bill is? I'm sorry. No. Ricky shows up wearing his dad. Shows up at the hotel wearing his dad's uniform, pretending to be a cop. And by the way, Hal is a terrible dad because he looked through the peephole and clearly that was not a cop. Yeah, clearly not.
Right. I mean, and opens the door. He's like, "You guys are going with me," and then oh my God, Ricky gets it bad. Ricky has the worst death in this movie.
Oh yeah, of course.
Worst meaning it was great, but like painful worse, right? So like they're in the car, and Ricky's just like, "Just give me the monkey, man. Just give me the monkey," right? And then Hal's like, "All right," and
well, that part where he's itching his head with the gun,
and he puts his finger in the front of the gun too. He's like, "Ooh, this kid doesn't know what he's doing," which is great.
That's the funny part about it is that okay, you're thinking it's gonna be a gun related death, right?
Right, no, that's what you're thinking, right? Something silly, and then of course Petey, the son, Ricky's like, "Hey man, he's small enough. Go through the doggy door to get inside, right?" And then the monkey starts jamming away. And there's this gigantic hornet's nest, right? Yeah. And like they keep on talking about it. So I was like, is this kid gonna die by being stung by hornets? No, the hornet's nest doesn't fall, but they fly. All of them, hundreds of them, fly in this kid's mouth.
Yeah.
And then they
stung from inside out, kind of a thing.
And one by one, they start coming out of his face. And I was like, "Oh God, we're getting into Terrifier territory here, bud." Like,
That was silly.
oh my God, ridiculous. And this is where we get the moment, right, where okay, Ricky's dead, and then Hal comes into Bill's house, right, and then him and Bill have a moment, right, have a moment,
Have a
and
little, yeah, a little reunion.
this is the only part of the movie where actually, okay, so I know where I complained to you about it being 1999 and not really being 1999. That's not really a gripe. That's just me being me. But an actual critique is uh, Bill raises the monkey's arm up and tries to make the monkey drum, right? And the monkey ain't having that, right? So the monkey just goes nuts, right? And then out the window, you see minimum destruction. It's assuming that the whole town is being destroyed, right?
Well, you heard, or it's like something like an explosion.
Right.
And you heard something else.
And like a plane crashed.
And then like the plane goes, oh, by the way, great callback too, because the skydiving wedding.
Mm.
I remember when earlier in the movie when Hal and Petey first go to that dank hotel, that Petey got some brochures, and they were talking about, oh, you want to go skydiving? And it says on the brochure, we do weddings.
Right, and then this people, that was a good call too, right?
Yeah.
I guess I wanted them to go into the town, like pan away from the characters and go into the town, and I just wanted maybe 3 minutes of carnage. Like I actually wanted to be there and witness it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
We don't get that. What we get is through the viewpoint of Bill and Hal through a window miles and miles away. Right. And that's my only gripe. Right. Is just like, I wanted more destruction, but this budget was $10 million. And
also the story's running out, so
yeah, story's running out like this episode, right? So then Bill and Hal have a come to Jesus moment. They start to love each other, but then in the beginning of the movie, the first 30 minutes of it, Hal has this nightmare vision that he's going to crush Bill's head with a bowling ball, Louise.
Yeah, his mom's bowling ball, right? Isn't that her name was Lois?
Oh, Lois, not Louise. I'm sorry. And well, that's Bill's demise, right? The bowling ball comes in and just head smash, gone to bits, right?
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Nice little callback there to wrap it up.
Nice little one. What I don't get also is that Hal and Petey have the monkey. The monkey's lips are closed. That means it's not activated anymore. Its arms are down. And they're driving down the road, and there's a little bit of carnage. Nothing really. Like, wasn't there a baby carriage, and a baby's on fire, and a woman's like, I'm just like,
yeah.
Is that a baby on fire? But all of a sudden,
the mist. That was the other call. That was the other Easter egg. When they were driving through, and they got all that mist. Yeah.
That was a missed callback. And then they stop at a stoplight, and then you see this pale, cloaked old man figure on a horse. I'm going to assume that's Death, but I don't know why this would be.
Yeah, I had looked this one up, and it was a few different things. One, it was a callback from earlier when Hal was quoting about the Pale Rider of Death, right? And basically, this is supposed to represent the Pale Horseman or one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse.
So are they saying that the four horsemen of the apocalypse, I'm like, this is the end of the world, or are they saying this is just one of them to come down and murder the town?
I had to get the exact quote that Hal had used, but basically it was just to signify the death, I guess, that was being represented kind of in the area, that in this town of Maine, that it's over, right? Like,
the whole town's destroyed. And then, of course, we get the nice little fun joke of all the cheerleaders sticking their heads out of the bus going, woo! And then a semi comes by and decapitates all of them.
Oh, my God. No, so, like, the first time we get to see them is when Aunt Ida had died, right? And the night after the realtor had died, and it was a night and the cops were all there asking him, and they were bringing the body out, and there was all the cheerleaders going, woo, they're bringing the body out! Because
they didn't like her, is what I was assuming, right?
I dug into this. This is a comment that I had saw that I will agree with this online, that it was supposed to be a commentary about how we view death, about how we celebrate kind of the more interesting and freak accidents as an entertaining rather than an entertainment source rather than a tragedy.
Oh, wait, really? This movie's that serious?
That was just a internet theory. I'm not too sure. I guess you'd have to ask Osgood Perkins as to why he was doing that. That's the only one that really made sense to me.
Sure, that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Just because I don't think it was more that she was well liked because we don't know that.
I didn't like her. Did you like her?
Yeah, I think she was hilarious.
She was hilarious, but she was still a real estate agent that was like a slimy, like used car salesman kind of person, right?
Aren't they all? Like, it's not like anything that was supposed to be reputation about town, I don't think. Again, I took it as more so that the cheerleaders and everyone, like, that's how we view like a scary movie, right?
Okay.
That we're all loving the death scenes in a movie. Like, woo, they're bringing out we get to see the carnage, kind of a thing. But you could interpret that many different ways, I'm sure. And the one that I read online and that I would agree with as well too is just a guess. Is it close? Is it far from what the actual is? Who knows? But take it for what you will. It was entertaining. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I thought it was
so out of place in the scene.
Yeah, I just thought because nobody liked her because nobody likes the local real estate agent, right? Like a stereotype, you know.
Sure.
Okay, popcorn rating for The Monkey. Eric, I'm kind of struggling with this. My wife asked me this morning, what are you going to give it? And I said I'm either going to give it a medium or a large. Because I kind of want to give it a large simply because this movie it'll be great to have this because if I give it a large and if you get it a large, this movie's automatically in Film of the Year.
Yeah, you can go ahead and give it a large because I think I would give it a medium. I enjoyed this movie. I really did a lot more than I thought it would. But it is quite an absurdist type movie. It is unique in its own, and you have to really be a fan of this type of movie to really enjoy it. There's gonna be a lot of people who are gonna hate this movie. When I was in theaters watching it, there was half the people who were laughing and enjoying it, and then people who walked out.
Oh,
I counted 3 people who walked out, and I heard people in the back saying how dumb the movie was, that they hated it. I don't know if they walked out or not, but I don't think that there's any gray in between here. I think either you're gonna like this movie or you're gonna hate it. I don't think you're gonna be like, oh yeah, it was okay. I enjoy movies like this that are just ridiculous. We've done a few other ones like this. We talk about how I said Drag Me to Hell, or like we'll bring the popular ones like Barbarian or Malignant in that same realm where it's has its moments that'll make you laugh that are because it's so out there and silly, but at the same part it is a horror movie and it'll give you that bit of gore. It'll give you some tension. That monkey is great. That monkey is scary.
Yeah, the monkey's good.
Yeah. As far as like, would you make anything different?
No. I mean, this is pretty standard, right? I read online that Osgood Perkins' originally script was Adam Scott's timeline was the 50s, and then the boys were in the 80s.
Okay, I wouldn't mind that.
So them as grown men were to be in the 80s, which I felt like if this would be the 80s, that would be a love letter to like the 80s slashers,
Sure.
Which I think we're getting ready for at this day and age, right? Like a love letter to those.
Yeah. Yes.
But I also put this in the same category as some good ones lately. Like the Smile franchise, I would put this in the category of.
Okay.
Like this crazy, ridiculous, outlandish, but good, fun horror. I was gonna give a large if you gave it a large, just because I wanted this to be nominated for Film of the Year. But if you're gonna give it a medium, medium for me too.
I'm on the fence about it just as much as you are, to be honest.
Yeah, because it's fun, it's crazy. This is a better Terrifier movie.
Yeah.
I want to give it credit where credit is due, but I do agree with you. So a medium for you and a medium for me. Yeah, it's a medium. It's fun. It's great. I'll see some scenes on YouTube. You know,
yeah. And I'm trying to think like if I could change anything about it, like what would I change? And I really don't know. I don't need to know any of the origin or the rules of the monkey. I like that.
I don't know if this. I don't know if Bill needs to be in the movie.
Okay.
You know, just take Bill out. Kind of have the ending of the movie like it is in the book, right? I mean, like have Hal's son Petey stumble upon the monkey, and then we get the backstory. You know, like open the movie with that, the
Oh,
backstory. You know, and then
you know
Hal and
what?
his issues.
I think you're right. I think you could probably take Bill out of this movie and you could have it be Ricky doing that instead. This clueless guy who is obviously having a very rough time, whatever his house is going on. Obviously, there's a lot of crap going on there. The monkey reminds him of his father. He sees that at an estate sale, and he's just finding out just as much as anything. Maybe he and his brother are kind of turning it, or the music that's played reminds him of his dad, and every time he plays it, he unknowingly does some, and so now Hal has to go around and find it and does all. Yeah, okay.
There's definitely a different way to do it, right? But that's probably how I would go for it. Is that, oh my God, son, that's the evil monkey. What, Dad? And then boom, backstory. You know, like kind of do it with the book, just amplify it a little bit. Because I did find Bill to be so Looney Tune.
Yeah,
Bill was
a rough
never
character,
straight.
yeah, for this movie, and I didn't enjoy him at all.
No, like he was so Looney Tune, he wasn't straight. And what I mean by that, being straight, meaning like he was nobody to really get behind. He was nobody to really root. He started the movie as an asshole, and he ended the movie as an asshole. Sorry for swearing, but
No, I agree with you completely. Where
so take him out.
yeah, yeah,
make it about a father trying to save his son from repeating his past. But then you're getting into serious stuff, which is what I think Osgood Perkins was saying, right? Like, you're getting way too serious here.
Yeah, but at the same part, I feel like you could take Bill out and you could add more comedy with Ricky.
You could add more comedy with Ricky. Ricky was kind of a throwaway character, but I don't think Ricky was that good because he was a throwaway character, right? Just have Hal's son Petey find this in a closet or in the basement or an attic, right? And be like, "Hey, Dad, look at what I found during our garage sale." And be like, "Oh, the monkey's back," and
well, okay, so obviously we're brainstorming here to try to find something else, but we can still agree, right, that Bill didn't seem to take or add much to this movie that couldn't have been done any other way.
No, yeah. And I thought the monkey liked Bill until Bill decided it's fate, and the monkey didn't like that.
Yeah, that was a scene, wasn't it?
So I hope they make a sequel. I hope they do something with it. They probably won't. The book does not have, well, the short story does not have a sequel, but overall a medium from the movie guys here. Not terrible. Not complaining.
No, this is a cult. This is a cult film for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I put this in the same category as another movie that we watched over the past couple of years, Evil Dead Rise. Now you and I both gave that a large. But Evil Dead Rise had other special things for
this
it.
This is a bit silly. Yeah.
This is the same category. But yeah. Well, thank you everybody for listening to this most recent episode of Movie Guys Podcast. You can check us out on Movie Guys Podcast at podbean.com. And if you are on anything podcast related, we are on that platform. Thank you so much for joining us. Eric, thank you much for joining me. And we'll be back next Thursday for another awesome episode. Have a good night.
I don't know who to believe anymore, and that's the issue with today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can hear something positive on one webpage and then negative on the other about the same person, about the same situation, and say, okay, listen, I'll just wait, and or maybe I just don't care at all.
We're gonna review it. I mean, at this point, we have to, right? I mean, this thing is one of the biggest box office bombs of the new millennium. I mean, like, we have to check this out, right?
Eventually, yeah, but we also did want to check out Madam Web, which was also a crap film, but
yeah, not that, man, but that's not as popular bad as this one.
I
mean, like, this thing is like Battlefield Earth territory.
This one is apparently getting tossed through the ringer pretty bad, right? And I don't know. I am curious.
I'm curious. Yeah, I mean, I love the one review guy that said that she looks like Lord Farquaad.
Oh yeah, well,
the hair.
there was the internet theory, and I don't know, there's a lot of Disney adults that are more than I care to admit that exist in our generation.
Right.
That did a theory that Snow White slept with a dwarf, possibly Grumpy, and that Lord Farquaad is their kid.
I believe that.
He's got the same belt, he's got the same haircut,
same everything.
Yeah, the similarities are too much to ignore.
Yeah, too much.